This video does not contain spoilers for Deadpool and Wolverine, and I please ask that nobody post any spoilers in the comments section down below for the sake of everybody's movie-going experience. Grab your tacos, your burritos, or your chimichangas, put on your maximum effort, because we're going to go through every single Deadpool figure that I own. It's morphin' time! Hello, this is Soundout here, and welcome to my video on every Deadpool figure I own. This is pretty much everything I've collected over the years in terms of Deadpool, except for one, which was this X-Men Origins Wolverine Deadpool figure that was the comic-based one. He went off on some crazy adventure on his own. Don't know where he went, but he didn't make it in time for this video. He's off, causing chaos, breaking through somebody's fourth wall. In terms of this, we're going to take a look at all the Deadpool figures I own. They are primed, they're prepped, they're ready for this. And if you enjoy this type of video, hit the like button, hit subscribe to the notification bell, and check out other videos like this on the channel for other different things that I have multiple figures of, whether it's Spider-Man 2099 or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or whatever. Go check them out. On that note, though, we need to get these crazy guys separated because they're a little intense all together, and let's take a look individually at every Deadpool I own. Alright, we're starting small with the tiny Merc with the mouth from the Lego line. This Lego Deadpool is one of the first X-Men Lego sets that came out. It was like him and Wolverine with Magneto in a helicopter, which was a weird pairing, but you know what? It gave us a really cool Deadpool. He's pretty nice, honestly. He holds up pretty good. He's got a lot of nice detail to him. He's a really neat figure, and yeah, it's kind of nice to talk about an official Lego figure on one of these, because people roast me still, like, why don't you have the official Lego Spider-Man 2099? And I'm like, have you seen the prices? But yeah, look at him. He looks pretty nice overall. Neat little Lego Deadpool. Here's a weird one. It's a Deadpool serving Thanksgiving dinner. He's called Superhero Deadpool. He's a Funko Pop. I think he's the only Funko Pop of Deadpool I've ever owned. Yeah, pretty sure. I just picked him up because I thought it was funny that it was him serving Thanksgiving dinner. The fun part is the way they posed him is just in the right way that he'll just fall over like super easy, especially because he's got a bobblehead because of that weird rule with the Marvel and Star Wars Funko Pops having to be a bobblehead. So if you bobble his head, he's just going to fall right over, which is why poor guy got scratched first time I took him out of the box because he fell right off the table. But yeah, he's just kind of a neat little Deadpool. So moving into Marvel Legends territory, let's go with the most normal Deadpool. This is the Juggernaut Wave one. This is actually probably still, I think, my favorite Marvel Legends Deadpool. I just really like it's the sort of muted colors of the more modern design. I like the more tactical look to him. He's got like the knife in his boot and stuff. He's got the twin katanas, the twin pistols. He also came with some other accessories, super fun. I really like this figure. It was my first Marvel Legends Deadpool because I didn't have the Toy Biz one, and I didn't get the Hasbro like X-Force colored one from Return of Marvel Legends. So this is like my first chance to get a cool Deadpool, and he's pretty solid. I really do like him. He came in the template for so many Deadpools we gotten since, but I still really like this guy a whole lot, and actually picking him back out of the box for the video made me realize I should have this one on the shelf, not another one, just because I like him so much. He may be on the Bucky Cap body, but I just think he's just super cool, and I love the expression on him especially. I just like the way that he's got like the one eye kind of crazy open and one more serious. I just really like that dichotomy. So here we have the movie Deadpool from the Marvel Legends line. This is also kind of like I just went into standard Deadpool mode. I did a video recently about the Fox X-Men movies and their representation in Marvel Legends, or lack thereof. Go check that out if you haven't yet. But I talked about this guy there. He's pretty cool. I like that. You know, he's got a ton of accessories. It kind of sucked he was in a 2-pack with Negasonic Teenage Warhead, because I feel like a lot of people just didn't want Negasonic, and they were just buying it for Deadpool, which I guess was the idea. But I was also like, you know, I think a lot of people did just want to be able to buy Deadpool. I think Negasonic should have been like a 2-pack with Colossus or something, just to really balance it out. But I will say that they just re-released this figure, and he's still pretty solid. He does have that darker color tone from the first 2 movies. I'm imagining... I don't know, will they update him for Deadpool and Wolverine? I have no idea, but, you know, he's got pinless elbows, but not pinless knees. Maybe we can do some updates. I'm curious to see what the Deadpool and Wolverine version of this guy will look like, and of course they're going to make it. It's guaranteed. Deadpool sells too much merch to not make it, but pretty good figure overall. All right, next up we have the retro carded Deadpool. I think he was like a fan channel release. There was a standard version which had more of a black. I kind of like this blue, because it reminds me of like 90s color shading with the blue stuff going on. I just think that was really neat. This is kind of like the one I've had on the shelf because everything's so 90s focused with X-Men figures. I was like, oh, let me put 90s Deadpool on the shelf. I kind of want to put the modern one back out. But anyways, this guy, he's on the Sunfire body. He's pretty solid. I like him overall. He works as a really good like 90s Deadpool look. That's kind of like what it was going for. And I like the blue color tone. I like when you do, you know, it's supposed to be black, but the comics colors, because of the way the printing process was, it came out blue, or they shaded it blue. And I like when they do that stuff. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I think it's pretty neat looking and a nice variation of the figure. So here is the Deadpool when he had the Venom symbiote in one of those weird miniseries. It's called the Back in Black Deadpool. It's also one of the weirdest releases ever because it eventually made it to so many retailers that it stopped being a GameStop exclusive and just became a, well, Walmart didn't get it. But this was kind of a neat figure. It's also kind of boring. I think in general, the symbiote look here for Deadpool could have been more interesting. I think they could have gone a little crazier with it. But it's kind of just Deadpool, but in black and white. He does have some cool swords. It's just not as exciting as I think it could have been, considering all the crazy things symbiotes do. I think we could have done a little bit better. But it kind of works as like a serious ninja style like Deadpool, which I think is pretty cool. Hey look, an exact example of what I was talking about. This is Venompool. So Venompool was from, I think, the Contest of Champions mini mobile game. Which is like a new design. I think they've brought it over in some places. Marvel Legends made this Build-A-Figure that I absolutely adore. This is like, you know, when you hear Venom symbiote bonds with Deadpool, this is more what I was like thinking of, less so than the Back in Black version. This is just beastly. He's massive. It looks like not so much that Venom is like making his suit, like he's still in his suit and the Venom symbiote's like taking over like inside of him, because you can see like there's all these details, like these staples like trying to hold the fabric together as it's stretching around the symbiote. What's also cool is like the implied like he was trapped and locked away because you got the chains and the bangles on here. He of course comes with the swords. He doesn't have any guns, which is fine because I think swords for this design is perfect. I like the crazy purple tongue. Still very Deadpool, but still very Venom. This is the merger of the two designs I just really, really, really enjoy. And I actually bought several figures of this wave that I didn't want just to build this Build-A-Figure because it's just so cool. I really like them. I really like them a whole lot. I know a lot of people are like, oh, could we get something different for a Venom wave than a Deadpool? But this is a pretty cool figure overall. I really like them. So this Deadpool was pretty controversial when it came out because I think this was part of the Sauron wave. There was a lot of, you know, weird budget things to make the Sauron figure happen. But this was essentially Deadpool just in boxer shorts. He's got like the half unmasked face up here, so you can see that. And then he's got boxer shorts. And then these are newly sculpted legs, unique to this figure, because there's no way you can reuse these for anything else. But it's just kind of like a casual Deadpool. What I've done is I've taken the couch from the SH Figuarts, like Iron Man 3 Iron Man, when he was sitting on the couch, they like made it. And then I just kind of pose him like this, and then just kind of have him like he's crashing on the couch. Just like, hey, how's it going? This kind of thing. Sometimes he's watching TV. I've made the best of it. It's like not a figure I think I would have bought if he didn't have the Sauron like Build-A-Figure part and whatnot, but like, I really do like him. I'm pretty sure it was Sauron. Now I'm second guessing, was it Sasquatch? Anyways, whatever part he came with for that wave, I made the most of it by giving him this couch, because this is just kind of a funny visual. Alright, so here's Pirate Deadpool. Another one of those, like, you know, especially because he was part of a Build-A-Figure wave, people were like, why this one? And yeah, I mean, it is kind of a weird one, considering that, like, newly sculpted torso, newly sculpted cape, newly sculpted overlay piece, newly sculpted, like, arm buckle, I think. Maybe that was reused from Black Knight or somebody. The legs are reused, and the arms reused, and the head is brand new. So it was a lot of new sculpting just to do weird Deadpool. But I kind of dig it, because I also like pirates, but I just like this visual as well. It's kind of crazy. It's super, like, ornate. It's interesting, because he has two holsters, but I can't remember, did he come with two swords or just one? Or is this, like, one supposed to be for here, and then one is supposed to be for the pistol, maybe? Yeah, that's what it is. So he's got two holsters there, which is fun. It's just kind of a wacky figure. I'm also not sure if this has ever been reused. It's just kind of a wacky figure to make, and people, a lot of the core Marvel collecting fandom is like, when they look at figures like this, they're like, oh, this could have been, this could have been. I gotta tell you though, I don't think he even sold well as a Deadpool, so maybe he could have been something else. I don't mind owning him by any means, because it's Pirate Deadpool. But yeah, it's one of those things of like, is this even like too obscure just for Deadpool heads? Let me know in the comments. So here's the X-Force Deadpool. As you can see, I'm just having fun with the poses. I really can't control Deadpool. Deadpool just does what Deadpool wants. The fun part about this is basically like a gray repaint of the Juggernaut Wave figure with some minor changes. The funny part was that this was the exclusive for the first ever HasCon, which was an event that never went more than one time. It was in Rhode Island, and he was an exclusive there, and he has like some silly things, like his pistols have orange caps on them, like the safety caps thing that you know, like Nerf guns have, so I think that's kind of fun. But he was also, so he was like released with a bunch of accessories at HasCon, and then he was just thrown into a Build-A-Figure wave with the head of Sasquatch, and that made a lot of people that bought the HasCon one upset, because they were like, oh, well, you know, I bought the HasCon one because it had all the extra accessories, and then I had to buy this one to get the Sasquatch head, and I was like, I don't really need this one, but I had to get the Sasquatch head. But it's a fun color scheme. This is one that's commonly done just because of how often it was used, I guess, or just how iconic it is. It's inverted colors Deadpool. Instead of bright red, he's gray. So here is the blue and gold Deadpool look. This was based, let's see, it's the Sunfire body. It's a mix of things. I don't actually remember which comic this is from, but there was a time where he was wearing this. And it's one of those things that, you know, we get several Deadpools, like in Marvel Legends, at least once a year we at least get one Deadpool. There was a time, though, we were getting Deadpool waves, and so we get a couple variants of Deadpool, and then the Build-A-Figure would be some X-Men character that I wanted. And so I ended up with the variants like this. Like, I don't think I ever really have used this guy on display, but he's a nice-looking figure. The paint works really good. It's got a nice, like, dynamic difference to other Deadpools, which I think is super nice. Just not something I would have bought on its own. That makes a lot of sense. And here's Deadpool's other look, joining the X-Men. You can see he's got kind of that standard black and yellow uniform, but he's plastered the X-Men logo on it, but he still has his red mask, which I think is kind of fun. This figure also came with an extra head to be a different character in the form of Madcap, which is how I normally have him on the shelf. But yeah, it's another one of those figures I don't think I would have bought on its own just because. But they were like, here's a Build-A-Figure part. I'm like, okay, I'll get that one. Something that I don't do as much anymore because of the price raising, but at the time, didn't have a problem with this. So here's Lady Deadpool from an alternate universe. She is pretty cool. I do have some problems with the figure, though. I think this is, I was actually picking this one up because it was Lady Deadpool. That was my thing. I was like, I gotta get Lady Deadpool regardless of, you know, the Build-A-Figure part, but what's kind of weird is that she has the same exact katanas that regular Wade does, and her hands don't hold them very well, as you can kind of see how they flop around because she's using the standard female Marvel Legends hands, which aren't really big enough. And then she doesn't have sheaths for them, so you can't like store them in her back, and that's kind of a bummer. And overall, I mean, she's got the single jointed elbows, which was common at the time, no bicep swivels, which was common at the time. I would love to see a new Lady Deadpool, especially because the Marvel Legends female body molds have gotten like great now. I would love to see a new Lady Deadpool as kind of an upgrade to this. So here is Headpool. He is the zombie universe Deadpool from the Marvel Zombies. As you can see, he's just the zombie head that's left. He's got a little like propeller to fly on. It doesn't like spin, but it's there. What's fun is that he does have a normal Marvel Legends head socket, so you can pop him onto figures, but he's got a little peg, so you go on these little stands. It's fun. I think he was packed with Lady Deadpool, if I'm remembering correctly. But kind of a wacky character to include, but kind of fun as well. And then lastly, we have Deadpool, Dogpool, and Squirrelpool on a Vespa. This was a set, they had this line of Marvel Legends for a bit where they were just like vehicle sets with bikes, and then they were like, we're done, and I'm like, you only did one Ghost Rider, like, come on, you got options. But anyways, this is one of them. This bike later got used for Squirrel Girl, I think. But this is Deadpool. It is a variation of the Juggernaut Wave 1 that has like the harness from the 90s one, I think. Some kind of mixture there. And then he's got, of course, Dogpool and Squirrelpool. The only unfortunate part of Dogpool and Squirrelpool is that they are posed like this, so it's always going to be like that because they're solid figures. But you can see Squirrelpool plugs into Dogpool's back, Dogpool plugs into the seat, and then he rests his hands on Deadpool. And I kind of like this panicked expression on Deadpool's face here, like he's about to hit something at any given time, and I think that makes him super duper fun. And overall, I just really like him. This was not something I had to buy for a Build-A-Figure part. I legitimately did want this because I thought it was goofy, and I thought it would be really fun just to have this chaotic, like, you know, they're coming through and there's no way you can stop them kind of thing. Like, they're just going to crash into anything at any given time. And you know what? If Deadpool does anything, it's crashing into things at any given time. So that does it for my Deadpool collection. That's all of them outside of, you know, that one missing one. But I like the character a lot in terms of his design and the way his, like, personality comes through in an action figure. These are some of the really fun figures, as you can tell from the really fun poses. Really do enjoy Deadpool as an action figure. So that does it for this video. Of course, there'll probably be more Deadpools in the future. This is never a complete thing. It's always ongoing. And so make sure you don't miss out on anything. Hit subscribe and the notification bell if you haven't already. If you haven't hit that like button, I do appreciate it if you do. It helps the video get out there and helps the video do better. And you can also leave a comment down below and tell me what your favorite Deadpool figure is that has been made by any company. If you want to continue the conversation, you can join our Discord server in the link below, and also come hang out every Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern here on this YouTube channel. Come hang out, chat, talk about cool stuff. You can also find the channel memberships down there in the join button to get perks like early access to videos, special member exclusive live streams, and shoutouts. And speaking of channel member shoutouts, let's do some. Special shout out to our channel members, including our Captain Tiers, Spin-54, Super Shaddix Boom, Toma K, Master Ben 95, Swapsito 14, Mohammed Faiz Daniel, SSJ4 Jason, Scrub Lord Gaming, and Psycho O's. And thank you to everybody who helps support this channel through the channel memberships as well as watching the videos. If you want to find me on social media, I'm across most platforms at Soundout12. You can also find my Oscar graphic designer on social media and Discord at DarkClaw643. And you can find Hero Club at hero-club.com for comic book reviews, news, and more. And until next time, this is Soundout saying goodbye.